Amazon is bringing a game-changing update to Alexa, guys. They're ditching their own AI in favor of Anthropic's Claude model, which should bring a more advanced and natural conversational experience. But this remarkable Alexa comes with some unexpected twists, which makes us question, is this the next big leap for voice assistants? Or is Amazon taking a really risky gamble? Let's dive in and find out in today's video. Alright, so Amazon has been working on this major Alexa upgrade internally for a while now. They've been calling it Remarkable Alexa or Project Banyan, and it's supposedly a major update to Alexa and also just how we interact with our smart assistants in general. Originally, Amazon was planning to use their own AI technology for this upgrade, but things didn't quite go as planned during the testing phase. According to inside sources, Amazon's in-house AI was struggling to keep up with user prompts, sometimes taking up to 6 or 7 seconds to respond. Now that's a lot according to today's standards, where we're all used to instant replies from ChatGPT or Google Assistant. That kind of lag just won't cut it. So, Amazon decided to change course and partner with Anthropic. And for those of you who've been living under a rock and don't know who Anthropic is, they're a San Francisco-based AI research company founded by some former OpenAI employees. Now, Anthropic's Claude LLM is regarded by some as one of the best text-based AI models out there, particularly due to its ability to understand context and maintain more human-like conversations. Apparently, Claude outperformed Amazon's own AI in those tests, which might explain why Amazon recently invested a whopping $4 billion in Anthropic. Now let's talk about what this new Remarkable Alexa is actually going to do. So like I said, Amazon is promising a much more advanced version of Alexa than what we're currently using. The idea is that you'll be able to have more complex and context-aware conversations with your smart assistant. For example, you might ask Alexa for shopping advice, like what clothes you should pack for a beach vacation in Thailand, or to summarize news stories based on your specific interests. But I guess the more exciting part is that this upgraded Alexa will also be able to handle more complex, multi-step tasks from a single prompt. So if you're saying, Alexa, order me a pizza, draft an email to my boss about the project deadline, and set a reminder for my dentist appointment next week. All of that will be done in one go. But here's where it gets pretty disappointing in my opinion. Amazon plans to offer this new version of Alexa as a paid subscription service. So unlike the classic Alexa we've been using for free, Remarkable Alexa is going to cost you somewhere between $5 to $10 a month. And just to be clear, this won't be part of your Amazon Prime subscription. It'll be an extra cost on top of that. Amazon is betting that these new AI-driven features will be worth the price tag, but it's definitely a gamble. I mean, asking people to pay for something that's been free all along is always a tricky move. So why is Amazon making this move now? Well, it all comes down to money and competition. Despite Alexa being incredibly popular, Amazon says they've sold over 500 million Alexa-enabled devices. The voice assistant division hasn't been raking in the cash like Amazon hoped. The company's leadership has been pushing hard for Alexa to start generating more revenue, and they see 2024 as a crucial year to prove Alexa's worth in the market. The idea here is that by offering a more advanced, paid version of Alexa, Amazon can start turning it from a cost center, basically something that costs more money to maintain than it brings in, into a revenue-generating machine. And when you crunch the numbers, it starts to make sense. With around 100 million active Alexa users, if even 10% of them decide to go for the paid version, that could mean at least $600 million in annual revenue, assuming they go with the lower end of the price range. Now, this move to partner with Anthropic is pretty interesting because it marks a bit of a shift in strategy for Amazon. Typically, Amazon likes to build its own tech from the ground up, which gives them full control over the user experience, data collection, and all that good stuff. But with the rise of other tech giants like Microsoft and Apple partnering up with OpenAI to integrate ChatGPT into their products, Amazon probably felt the heat and realized they needed to step up their game to keep up. And it's not just about keeping up appearances. The AI race is heating up, and companies are scrambling to offer the most advanced, most intuitive, and frankly, most human-like AI assistants out there. The release of ChatGPT last year really shook things up, showing that people want AI that can handle more natural flowing conversations, not just simple commands. So Amazon, like many others, is trying to make sure they're not left behind. So what else can we expect from this new Alexa? For starters, it sounds like it's going to be much better at integrating with other smart home devices and remembering user preferences. Maybe think of it as your personal butler who knows all your quirks and habits. Maybe you like your lights dimmed to a certain level at night, Or you always want the coffee maker to start brewing at 7 a.m. sharp. This new Alexa should be able to handle all that seamlessly. And for those of you with kids, there's talk that the new AI could be tailored to offer special interactions with children. It will be able to engage with your kids in a more meaningful way, maybe helping them with homework, playing educational games, or even telling bedtime stories that are a little more interactive than what we've seen before. But some people are a bit worried about what this means for privacy and data collection. By moving to a more advanced AI model and potentially handling more sensitive information, there are definitely some concerns about how that data will be used, stored, or potentially shared. Amazon hasn't gone into detail about how they'll handle these concerns, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Now, Alexa isn't the only AI project Amazon has been working on. They've also been doing some interesting stuff with an internal AI assistant called Amazon Q. If you haven't heard much about this one, it's because it's more of an internal tool that's being used to streamline software development across the company. But what we know so far is that Amazon Q has reportedly saved the company $260 million and 4,500 developer years. How did it do that? Well, by automating a lot of the repetitive processes that normally take developers a ton of time. For example, something like upgrading a system to a new version of Java used to take 50 development days. Now it takes just a few hours. That's a huge boost in productivity and efficiency, freeing up developers to work on more complex creative tasks. And if that wasn't enough, Amazon is also making moves in AI robotics. They recently hired the founders of a robotics startup called Covariant, which is working on some pretty advanced stuff like robotic arms that can perform common warehouse tasks. The cool part here is that Covariant is developing what they call a large language model for robots. Essentially, they're teaching robots how to understand and execute commands in a way that's more intuitive and less mechanical. Amazon's been bringing in some serious brainpower to help push this forward, including the founders of Covariant, who are now part of the Amazon team, along with about a quarter of Covariant's employees. They're integrating this tech into Amazon's existing robot fleet, which should make their warehouse operations even more efficient. So it's clear that Amazon, like many more companies, is doubling down on AI across the board. From improving Alexa with Anthropic's Claude AI to enhancing their internal processes with Amazon Q, and even stepping up their robotics game. But it also means that we as consumers are going to see more AI in our everyday lives, whether that's through voice assistants, more automated homes, or even just better, faster services from companies like Amazon. It's an exciting time for tech, but it's also a time to stay informed and aware of how these technologies are developing and what they mean for our privacy, our jobs, and our daily routines. So, what do you guys think? Would you be willing to pay extra for a more advanced version of Alexa? Or do you think Amazon should just keep it free and find other ways to monetize it? And that's all for this video, folks. If you've stuck around this long, I really appreciate that. If you liked the video, why not like and subscribe? It's sure to help the channel and motivate me to continue doing what I do. If, on the other hand, you didn't like the video, please let me know in the comments below so that I can improve on my mistakes. As always, you've all been fantastic. Stay tuned for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and goodbye.